video, please subscribe my channel. If you like it, share to your friends. And if you have any doubts, please don't forget to put it in the comment box. Hi friends, this is Anusha. Continuing with the previous topic, that is reflection of light at curved surfaces. Before I explain reflection of light at curved surfaces, let you get connected with some terminologies and some terminologies, and reflection of light at plane surfaces. So let me tell you that, and from that I'll bring you to the curved surfaces, reflection of curved surfaces. Now, what is a plane mirror? Plane mirror is nothing but a mirror which we'll use in our daily life. So the mirror will be closed on the back side. With what it get closed? It will get closed with a silver metal, and it get painted with the red paint. And nowadays they are covering with the aluminium foil also instead of silver, as it is cheaper than silver. So it will get reflected when light strikes a mirror, it gets reflected. So here are some terminologies: bounces back, and the source of the light, source of the ray, and these all are the terms which will confuse you more in the lesson. So first I want to clarify what are those. So mainly here we are going to talk about incident ray, reflected ray, and the normal. Incident ray, reflected ray, and the normal. This is called incident ray, and this is called reflected ray. And this one is the normal. What are these three terms mean? What are these three terms mean? These three terms will be continuously will use in this chapter. So once you get clarified with that, then there will be no problem with it. So what is the incident ray? When a source of light falls on the mirror, this is a plane mirror, this is the back side of the mirror. So if you keep a source here, the light will be falling on the mirror. The light will be falling on the mirror. You may have the doubt that so many rays will come from the light. Why we are taking only one line? As I said you before itself, as beam of light will come, so many rays from the source will come. But for our convenience, we will take one ray. And this arrow indicates in which direction the light is. This is incident. The light is incident on the plane mirror. So after incident on the plane mirror, it gets reflected back. Means the light comes back as it is. The back side of the mirror is covered with the silver foil. The light does not go that side, so it bounces back. That ray is called as reflected ray. The ray which is coming back after striking the mirror is called as a reflected ray. Okay, fine. Incident ray is fine and reflected ray is fine. Then what is this normal? Normal is nothing but an line which is making normal to the incident ray and the plane of the, this is a plane, isn't it? Mirror plane. So it is making normal to that. Means what? What do you mean by normal? Normal is nothing but it is making 90 degrees. It is making 90 degrees. Perpendicular you can say. Exactly, you can say it is a perpendicular to the the line which is perpendicular to the incident ray is called as an normal, and the ray which reflects back is called as an reflected ray. This normal can be, see, if the ray is incidented here, suppose this is the mirror, incident rays fall here, so this is the normal. When incident ray falls here, this becomes a normal. And when from the point of incidence, what do you mean by point of incidence? Another important point is point of incidence. Point of incidence is nothing but at the point at which the incident ray strikes the mirror. When the point at which the incident ray strikes the mirror is called as incident point. Is called as incident point. And from there, perpendicular to that ray is called as a normal. You should not call normal as a ray. It's an imaginary line. That's why you are not supposed to call it as a normal ray. You should call only incident ray and the reflected ray. And another important point, the angle made by the incident ray with the normal is called as angle of incidence. Angle of incidence. And the angle made by the reflected ray with the normal is called as an angle of reflection. With a small r we will indicate. This is I, this is I, R. Angle I, angle R. Angle of incidence, angle of reflection. Angle of incidence and angle of reflection. This is the angle of incidence, angle of reflection. So, there are two laws which are true for plane mirrors and the curved mirrors also. So, those laws I am going to explain you now. So, this is the plane mirror, this is the incident ray, and this is the reflected ray, this is normal, and this is a point of incidence. The first law of reflection says that the incident ray, reflected ray, and the normal. What is the normal? Again, there is in a bracket I have written it clearly. At the point of incidence. At the point of, this is the point of incidence. The incident ray is striking the mirror at this point. So this is the point of incidence. From this, and a dotted line drawn perpendicular to it is called as a normal. And to it, as the incident ray strikes the mirror, it can't go out of it. So it comes back. This is called as a reflected ray. And with this arrow. So these three will lie on the same plane. Suppose this is a plane. This is the plane of a paper. These all should lie in the same plane. They should not go out of the plane. They should lie in the same plane. And next, second law. The angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. Angle of incidence is angle I, small I. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Like this, you like, instead of writing all this, angle I is equal to angle R. Means what? The angle. Suppose I have put on, suppose take one plane mirror, and plane mirror like this it strikes, isn't it? Plane mirror. Take one plane mirror and put a protractor here and draw one angle. Suppose 30 degrees you draw. And from here at the 30 degrees angle you put any source of light. Suppose source of light is nothing but your bulb, your torchlight, candle, anything you put it here. So from the mirror you can see the reflected ray. So when you after drawing the reflected ray here, if you take out that and if you measure with a protractor, as if you have taken angle of incidence as 30 degrees, you will get the angle of reflection also as 30 degrees, which says that angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. Angle I is equal to angle R. And suppose a 45 degrees, this also 45 degrees, this is 35, this is also 35, goes on. And when light strikes the normal, important point, when light strikes the normal, it does not get reflected back and bounces back in the same way back. It bounces back in the same line, like this. See, suppose this is a normal. This is a normal. So, when light strikes at 90 degrees, and it does not come out of the line, it bounces back. This is the incident ray, and this is the reflected ray. There will be no other reflected ray. It will be bouncing back as same line. These are the laws which are true for plane mirrors and all curved mirrors. So by these laws, you can easily say the nature of the image formed by the mirrors.